Hello, good evening. This is Raymundo De Mysterio. We are interviewing this insider that's currently in my studio. We will be talking about this this close encounter. All right. Okay, sir, I know that you're not gonna give me your name, so tell us your close encounter. All right. Thank you, Raymundo. Well, it was the pilot and I. We were traveling to Nebraska. It was about 6 p.m. at night, and we were about 45 minutes from our destination, and started seeing some lights, since we are both officers, military officers, and we already figured out what it was. This thing was basically stationary, and what's crazy about it was actually surveilling us, and at the same time it's been following us for like 25 minutes. Sometimes when you see something in the horizon, it doesn't mean it's surveilling you. You have to surveil it first, and then when you get closer, then it gives you an idea of what this thing is doing. So later on, it started. We were traveling fast, but this thing, for some reason, it was going different directions, and the weird part about this, all of a sudden, it was like it slowed down next to our plane, and a window opened. Well, I basically, kind of look like outside the window too. Well, this thing is like the window open of this ship. It's not a disc shape, like a saucer. It's more like of it's hard to say. It's like a flower. Well, it's still round, but anyway, so one of the windows, because you can actually see like it's close, but maybe under technology, they can see it from the outside. But one of the windows open, and I don't do the swearing because it's against the Bible. But if there's another term for it, I would use that word, or I would use that term. So when this window is fully open, I basically peek through my window too, because I want to know what the hell's going on. Even though in my head I already know what's going on, because both of the pilot and me, we basically saw hundreds of them. So there's this person that basically was in the window, staring at me while I was staring at him. At the same time, I was explaining to the pilot that the description of what I'm basically seeing in front of me. And I don't know, there's something weird about this dude. He was wearing this blue suit, and there's like a ring around on his neck, and it's the color is like light orange, or I don't know, a little dark yellow. And then his eyes, it was like staring. It feels like it was saying something, like like ESP, or like I can hear him speak of my thoughts. He was talking about, like, he would accompany me to my destination, and at the same time, I was saying something in my mind like, "Who are you?" And I don't know exactly what happened, but the craft basically, it moved. It moved about 1,000 yards, and then this guy from the ship was telling me about where it came from, and they have some type of knowledge device that they get. And the ship, the spacecraft, moved about 1,000 yards away from our plane, and he said, "Oh, we're still connected, huh?" I said, "Damn." I mean, I didn't say that, but I said, like, mm-hmm. And what happened next was, he said, he was telling me, he said that he has this device, like a knowledge device. I don't know what's a knowledge device, but he was also telling me, like, where to go, like, to meet him, and he was explaining, like, where he basically came from, and he said it's not that far away from from our planet, and that place, it's called I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like, it's E and then 3 like O or 0. I think it's an O and then V. E-troop. I don't really know, but I think the Ukrainian, they have a letter that is number 3. I haven't got to that yet, but it's like one of the stories that I basically encountered. So this person looks like like humans, like us, and they communicate basically through your mind, your thoughts. And that's basically where this person came from. I'm sure there's a lot of people, like, in that ship, because that ship is not just a small ship, but it's like a large craft, and it can basically travel fast and slow, or just stop whenever it wants. I don't know. And then after we got closer to the base, to land, and he was pointing something in the sky, and then when I looked, it was actually the sun that he was pointing at, and I didn't hear anything about it, like, from him, like, what are you pointing at? Okay, I know what it is, but what are you trying to say? And when I look back, he was just smiling, and then after that, the ship took off. For some reason, I didn't say come back, but you know, that's basically what happened. And I don't know. Yes, close encounter. Yep. I think not all aliens are basically, you know, it's like what you see on TV. You know, the grays, the little guys. You know. I guess it's similar to the Nordic aliens. If you search them out, you can actually see that that basically it's similar looking people that I saw from a ship. But this does not mean it's the exact thing. But I can't, because you know, 45 minutes, it was like 5 minutes, you know, so couldn't ask like all these questions. But you know, when you get into like close encounter like that, I don't know, sometimes you can't say what you need to say. You can think of, because your mind just rambles, you know. It's just weird. Yeah, we are back. This is Raymundo De Mysterio. That was the private CIA, and he does not want to, you know, reveal his name for precautions. All right. So we have some more encounter story in the future. So we will come back to this. All right.